Thanks for watching a live show, Jaguars United. We are going to be talking about preseason week 1 and everything that was on a probably underwhelming performance from this team, but that's okay. We're going to get into all of that here pretty soon. Shout out to you guys that are here already in the live show. D2, I don't know how you're always the first one in, but I got to give you a shout out for that. Gavin Baker, we got Rico, Pokey44, Nolly Full Cab, Shay J. Man, we got the whole squad up in here. DJ M. Dude, this is it, man. This is what I'm talking about. Make sure you follow all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff. And look, I don't know how long YouTube's going to let us show game film, but usually I get a little warning. So if I get a warning, I'm going to have to back it down a little bit. But we will definitely see how far we can go for sure. But before we jump into the film, wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the preseason game. I mean, obviously, we can't overreact about preseason game 1. There's no way. At the same time, we can kind of see a little bit of what maybe the team's trying to do in the direction that they're trying to go. I mean, there were some things that definitely concerned me, and there were some things that definitely impressed me. So we definitely got some good stuff. Want to see what you guys thought. If you're rewatching this later, make sure you get the notification so you can jump in and be a part of the live show. This show is all about fans and getting the fans' voice out there. Man, we've had some good shows the last couple days. For those of you that missed it, UCF Jaguar, me, and James Coleman from the Sports Den did a show. I did a show with UCF Jaguar this week. Just overall great week for Jaguars. But, man, Interesting week 1 for sure. Want to get some of your thoughts. Robert Adsert says Can is trash. I'm going to AJ Can. Jason Ortiz says T-Law didn't turn the ball over. He made some nice throws and didn't get injured. Not sure what more people wanted. I think you're right. Duval, I see you, says we looked tired. I'm tired, that's for sure. Nolly Full Cab, Run D looked better than it has in a long time. That's true. And admittedly, that was probably the part of the team that I was most concerned about. And I think we're better, even though it was against Cleveland's mostly second string there. Richmond Gravy Bear says Can might need to be replaced. You can't just let people slide through like that and hit your rookie quarterback on the first play. We're going to look at that play. So before I give my 2 cents on that, I'm also was not happy about that for sure. But I got that play queued up for sure. Duval, I see you, says, yes, Little needs to be named a starter. Shay J says, I thought the relay crew was excellent, especially the guy running the South 20. Yeah, I thought they were too, Shay. I'm wondering when you're going to let me get some field access, man, with all that hookups you have. Jersey Jaguar says, secondary is massively improved. DJ M says, we're keeping CJ Henderson, right? Yeah, I hope so. He looked pretty good. We got to play on him there for sure. But let's go ahead and jump into some of the film for sure. And again, I'm going to try to get to some of the comments here, but I did want to kind of look at some of the film here. So the first thing that I do want to look at is, and I got to pull this on the right screen here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little unprepared for this here. All right, and here we go. So, look, I mean, obviously the first thing that I wanted to – let me make sure we're all good here. Okay. Is this good? Yes. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show I don't like the way this is set up. Sorry, guys. So unprofessional here. Okay, so I want to look at Trevor Lawrence, obviously. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is the future of this team. I'm super excited about him. And we get to kind of see what the offense wants to do with Trevor Lawrence for sure. So, I mean, I love it. I loved what we did. I mean, I loved how the first play of the game we came out and threw on offense, but we're going to get to that in a second. So this is the first actual completion, I would say, that Trevor Lawrence threw. The play before this, it was 2nd and long. He threw a screen out to Laviska Shenault. And so this is 3rd and 9 here, okay? So, I mean, this is what I like to see, right? So this is going to be your standard Urban Meyer 10 personnel, right? 1 running back, 4 wide receivers. They're running trips to the left. Okay, I like that. They got James O'Shaughnessy on the line of scrimmage. And then they got trips out to the left and then an ISO out here on the right. So they're going to make sure you can see here, okay? Trevor Lawrence is going to throw a perfect ball here. I mean, this was obviously a design play, right? I mean, obviously you're telling Marvin Jones to run, 12 yards and turn around. But, I mean, for someone that hasn't had a lot of time together, Marvin Jones and Trevor Lawrence have had how long together? Maybe a month of with no pads. For people that have not had a lot of time together, I mean, this is executed really well. I mean, this is the type of stuff that, I mean, you want to see. I mean, obviously, there's a little bobble here from Marvin Jones. You'd like to see him catch that the first time. But I would say there's overall a theme on this game was the receivers weren't really creating separation. That kind of concerned me a little bit because I was definitely going into this game pretty hyped about the receivers, right? I mean, I think with the addition of Marvin Jones, and I think we all liked, I know Chark didn't play, but at the same time, I mean, I would have liked to see them create a little more separation here. I mean, if you look down the field, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, O'Shaughnessy's covered. This guy's just pretty much catching him in the slot. He's got safety help here. I mean, he's locked up here. I mean, there's not a lot going on. I mean, I know it's 3rd and 9, but at the same time, I mean, this dude falls over, but overall, great play. First down, keeps the drive rolling. I mean, I love it. I mean, that's a good throw from a rookie quarterback for sure. All right, so this next one we're going to be looking at is going to be this is the deep pass to Marvin Jones, and I think you guys all remember this play for sure. But before we get to it, we got a $5 donation from Jesus is King. Thank you, Jesus King. He says, showing some love. I hope to see a better short pass defense next game. Yeah, I know, for sure. Defense, we're going to get to defense. We're starting off with Trevor, then I think we're going to move to the offensive line, and then I think we're going to move on to the defense. So that's the plan of these plays, as long as YouTube lets me do it here. But I appreciate the $5. Jesus is King. Thank you. Please don't yell is in the chat. What's up? Please don't yell. He says, I thought Jenkins played with some great energy and anticipation. Thoughts? I think if there's one player that completely changed the way I feel about them in this game was Rayshawn Jenkins. I just didn't know much about him, right? I didn't watch a lot of West Coast football. I don't watch a lot of Chargers football. But I liked Rayshawn Jenkins. I mean, there was some question marks. I mean, I know they brought him in, but there was still some question marks about the safety position. But I think Rayshawn Jenkins has far and away proven to everybody that he is going to be the starting free safety. I mean, he plays like a strong safety, but he can play the free safety position, which I'm obviously a huge fan of. So this is obviously the big play down here. It's 3rd and 10. The Jaguars obviously need to pick up some chunk yardage here. Now, again, they're going to be lined up. I guess you would call this 10 personnel. I mean, this is a tight end that's pretty tight, but I guess I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter what we call this, but one running back, one tight end, and they're going to have their trips out to the right this time. And we're going to see, I think this is Agnew, and this is Marvin Jones out here. Or maybe I don't know. We'll see. I mean, just a beautiful throw here. And I mean, I know we've seen this play a lot, but I mean, first of all, a pretty good pocket. The pocket wasn't great all night. I'm not going to lie. Didn't think the O-line did much to help Trevor. But on this play, they did. I mean, Cam Robinson actually does a decent job switching off of his block here. I mean, watch. I mean, for as much flack as he got on this play, good little kick step. He's going to push him to the outside. He's going to recover and hold him there. I mean, that's pretty good blocking. That creates time. Marvin Jones Jr. obviously makes a great catch over the middle of the field. And that's just a throw that you want to see out of your rookie quarterback in his first game. I mean, look at this poise. I mean, the dude just is keeping his eyes down the field. He's going to release. Great release point. Wow. I mean, I know people said that he kind of underthrew him, and Trevor Lawrence even talked about this play, talking about how he kind of underthrew it intentionally almost, or maybe not, but just because the defender's back was to him, so he didn't want to overthrow him, which completely cool with that. I mean, how about the catch? I mean, we give a lot of credit to Trevor Lawrence for this throw, but how about the catch there by Marvin Jones? I drafted Marvin Jones Jr. in one of my fantasy league. I think he's going to be the real deal, man. Oh, man, I think he's going to be the real deal. Duval, I see you, says Beathard sure likes Hammond. Yeah. Yeah. Micah Erickson. What's up, Micah? He says, what are your thoughts on Travis Etienne working with mostly the second and third team? I thought what was the weirdest thing about Travis Etienne was the fact that he only got one carry. All that, when they were talking about they wanted Travis Etienne to be a receiver, I was kind of like, okay, that's coach speak. We want to train him to be a receiver, but he's gonna be the spell back. But Carlos Hyde came in as a second running back, and Carlos Hyde got carries way before Etienne did. Maybe Etienne's still not, maybe he's got to learn the playbook. Maybe he's got to learn his assignments, and maybe he's not great picking up blitzes. Maybe there's all sorts of things that could be a factor. But man, the thing that surprised me the most was one carry for Travis Etienne. I wasn't sure about that. Josh, what's up, Josh? Says Cisco looked good in the back half of the game. Yeah, a lot of people kind of liked Andre Cisco a lot in this game, and yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because at that point they're playing Cleveland's like what, threes, fours. So it is hard to get an accurate gauge, but that's all we have to go off of, and it's not his fault. So you're right. I mean, he did play good considering he was in there. Robert Atzert also talking about Cisco. How didn't I get this notice you were on? Weird. Antonio Rivera, it's all good, bro. Sometimes YouTube is weird like that, but you caught us pretty early into it for sure. ETN got stuffed, says Atzert. Man, I really wanted Tebow to get a touchdown on his birthday. Yeah, DJM. I believe it. Me too. Antonio Rivera, I like how CJ looked and Walker Little. Okay. Nice. I like it. All right, so we'll do one more good pass from Trevor Lawrence, right? Third down. All these passes are on third down, Trevor. Come on. Get ahead of the chains here. I know. It's not his fault. I'm just kidding. All right, so I believe let's just play it out. Okay, so, again, now we're in the 2-by-2, right? 2 receivers on the left, 2 receivers on the right. You got 1 running back in the backfield. It looks like Cleveland's going to bring pressure. So they're trying to make him believe pre-snap that they are bringing pressure. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. I mean, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so they're showing a 1 high cover 1 shell here. And I think they're going to back off of this. I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. We'll see. I don't know what they do. Okay, so yeah, they are gonna roll into a cover 1. Okay, so they're rolling a straight cover 1. So they're in straight man. This guy's gonna move to the middle of the field. He's manned here. He's manned here. He's manned here, and he's manned here. Right. At the snap, decent blocking, gets the ball out quick. I mean, that's the thing. You can tell that Trevor Lawrence has chemistry with Marvin Jones. I mean, this is another anticipation route that's thrown before the receiver even turns around, right, which is what you want. And unfortunately, this is going to be a little bit short, if I remember correctly, of the first down. Yeah, and I mean, that's a bad spot. Because if you look at, like, where he caught the ball, I mean, it looked like let's see here. Come on, ref. Give it to us, ref. Okay, that's fine. But ends up going backwards, trying to make a play, going forward. Still a good throw, though. Like, I like it. Like, I like the chemistry that's developing between Trevor Lawrence and Marvin Jones Jr. Obviously, you want your receivers to have something like that. And, again, Marvin Jones is going to be his trustworthy guy. Excited to see what happens when Chark gets in here. Is just going to give him 2 guys like this? I hope so. Ron Budry says, yeah, when Trevor gets to know his receivers better, he can lead them better with his passes. I think you're right. Shay J says, Taven stole that Tebow catch down the middle. Yeah. Taven Austin. Look, I like Taven Austin. I don't know if anyone did this. I talked about last show, Taven Austin's college film. It might be one of the best highlight films of all time, for sure. And I'm not kidding. I'm not, like, it's not a hyperbole. Like, legit, his college film could be the best college highlight reel I've ever seen. Duval, I see you, says he was typing that, Shay J. Josh says, the Minshew overthrow on ETN was devastating. I'm trying to see what ETN can do in the open field. Yeah, we were all pretty disappointed by that. And I think, yeah, didn't he get hit too? So that didn't work out. Wes B says the run defense looked way better. Yeah, for sure. It did. I was excited about that. Ron Budry said, in this year's Jaguars draft, first 6 players had all been mocked in the first round. It's going to be one of our better drafts, I think about all time, probably. Shay J, when he tried to move forward again, they have to spot it back there. Yeah. Don't bring your logic and rules into here, Shay. Come on. All right, one more play from T-Law. And this is not a good one, guys, but it's okay. He's young. All right, so here we're going to see I like to see this little different package here, okay? So now we're in 11 personnel. We got 1 tight end. We got 1 running back. I think this is Manhurts lined up on the line of scrimmage, on the end line. They're tight here, okay? They're tight here at the line of scrimmage, so they're obviously trying to set up the out. Look, this DB's kind of cheating it already. He's playing on his outside shoulder. That's what you want to do. It's 2nd and 8. I would have probably lined up a little bit closer, but I guess you do have to worry about the vertical here. So I don't know. I'm not their D coordinator. All right, so at the snap, great route by Marvin Jones. I mean, that is I haven't seen an out route run that clean by a Jaguar in years, okay? Clean out route. Bam. I mean, he just sticks that foot in the dirt. Bam, 90 degrees. I love it. Trevor just overthrows him. And look, this is going to happen. Look, I mean, did the play action here messed him up a little bit? Maybe. Maybe he had to release the ball a little bit quicker. Maybe he got – I mean, look at this play, though. I mean, look what this play has built into it, okay? So not only do you have, like, probably an RPO. I mean, I don't know. Again, I'm not in the helmet. But an RPO here, an out route here, a backside bubble here from Laviska Shenault. I mean, look at the options. Now, if he would have handed it here, the running back probably would have picked up, 3 or 4 yards. But he also had this throw wide open. And he also would have had the one-on-one here with this bubble. Love the play design. I mean, this guy's blocking down the field. That's the one issue you run into with an RPO. But, yeah, Trevor got to make this throw. It's okay. He's young. He's a rookie. It'll happen, right? No hard feelings. All right. Duval, I see you, says smash that like button. Yeah, do that for sure. Micah Erickson, who will Walker Little replace on the O-line? Taylor? Can? ? I don't know, man. I've said this before. I think it's going to be the first guy that gets injured. Like, I know he's, like, starter quality, but there's something about the offensive lineman. It just takes them, like, a second to get used to it. So I just think the first injury, Walker Little will take over, and he'll probably keep the job. And he probably won't ever give it back after that for a long time. DJM says, is it just me or are our wide receivers slow? Marvin Jones is fast. ETN, I'm sure they brought in for some speed purposes, right? But outside of that, I mean, Urban likes speed guys, so I'm thinking that he's going to bring in guys in the game, on the team the next couple years. I mean, look, this is year one of Urban's build. Like, think about 3 or 4 years down the road. There's not going to be anybody on this team that's here now besides Trevor Lawrence, besides the guys that he drafted. Seriously, so let's not get too wrapped up in this. But it is fun to watch film for sure. Steve Boston, what's up, Steve? He says Walker, not so little, will be a starter after last night's performance. He was literally the definition of a wall. He allowed 0 pressures. I think the most he got pushed back was 3 steps. Yeah, Walker Little is like a beast, and I don't think his play was ever an issue. I think it was just his durability. So, crossing our fingers. Gerald McKinnon, what's up, Gerald? He says, Jason, have you seen the video of Tebow's block in that game? It's sort of the kind of block that teammates would razz him in the film room. LOL. It got the job done though. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm a Tebow supporter. And I'm not a guy that's gonna do everything to try to get Tebow on this team. But the hate and backlash on Tebow, it's just overplayed, bro. We get it. Y'all are jealous of the guy. All right, he can do everything. He can play baseball. He can marry supermodels. He can play football. Will you calm down the hate? People that are hating on Tebow only making themselves look stupid. The guy's a great guy. I mean, his foundation does more for special needs kids than anything anyone on Twitter has ever done. So, there, end rant. Junior Jags Press. We might need offensive tackle Walker Little to be on the starting lineup. I know it's only preseason, but I didn't like Taylor's performance. Yeah, Juwan Taylor's who I kind of have an issue with. He knows better. I mean, it's not this dude's first season in the league. This dude's had a whole season to play. He knows what it means to be a pro. He knows what to expect. There's no reason why. I mean, he wasn't even having to block Myles Garrett. He wasn't even have to go against these guys that were legitimately good players. I mean, they're good. They're in the NFL. They're good, but it's not going to be the top talent he's going to have to block. So, yeah, I'm a little worried about Juwan Taylor for sure. Seabass Sports says the running game looked really good. Okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at the O-line because I am a little worried about the O-line. Okay, so here's the first passing play of the game. Not the first passing play of the game. I take that back. This is the first passing play of the game. Nope, this isn't it either. Look at me, just unprofessional here, guys. Unprofessional. All right, this is the original one I wanted to show. All right, so here is Jags under center here, okay? So I like this. That's a tendency breaker. Urban Meyer was lining up in shotgun and passing, and then he was lining up in under center and running it. And I was like, okay, let's not get a little too predictable here, guys. But here's gonna be a little tendency breaker. He's gonna do a little play action read here. Look, play action should buy him time to get the throw off. And look, I know this is look. You only have 2 guys running deep routes here, right? So you only have 2 receivers running deep routes. You got everyone else blocking. So max protection blocking, play action. There's no reason why Lawrence should be pressured here as quickly as he is. So Juwan Taylor, I mean, I'm okay with this here. I'm okay. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not. And look, man, Hurts, you guys got to do something better than this, man. Like, you guys got to do something. Like, maybe Lawrence could have stepped up in this pocket right here, but I mean, this combination block of Manhurts and Robinson, and you got James O'Shaughnessy here chipping. Like, dude, there's no reason why. And this isn't really an issue of, like, protection scheme. This is an issue of just, like, you don't have dogs that are blocking. Like, that's all that it is. Like, you got to have some dogs there, man. And, like, Lawrence getting hit like that, not going to be cool with me for sure. Josu Rivera with the $5 donation. Thank you, Josu. He says, I'm slightly concerned seeing our starting defense struggle against mainly backups. Could you imagine if Chubb, Hunt, and Odell were out there? Yeah, defense looked a little rough early, but you got to remember it is an adjustment scheme for a lot of guys. It's going to take the defense some time. So we're going to get to the defense in a second. They're the next package of plays we're going to be looking at. But, yeah, I am with you, Josu, for sure, and we're going to get to that. DJM says, why did Beathard and Luton get touchdowns and not Lawrence and Minshew? Well, I mean, mainly because Beathard and Luton had more passing attempts and played longer. I mean, Lawrence only played 2 drives and Minshew only played a couple drives, so that's probably why. Ethan Pettit says, James Robinson looks solid on his first 2 carries. James Robinson is solid, and shout out to him for just being named the top 100 player. I mean, that's always an honor. I mean, yeah, Bortles was named 54 in 2016, but it's still an honor to be the top 100, okay? Robert Atzert, can failed Taylor waited to last minute giving help. Yeah, I'm not really cool with AJ Can. Duval, I see you, says, I saw an interview where Schobert said he was shocked and they told him the Steelers wanted him, then described our defense as a 3-4 where we blitzed all the time. Again, we're going to get to the defense in a little bit. I don't know if I would have traded Joe Schobert. I don't know. Miles Jack didn't look that great to me. I don't know. Beathard did look really good last night, says Ron. Josh, do you still think Urban starts Minshew week 1? I do not, Josh. I do not. I never thought he would. I just said I could see it because Urban does whatever he wants. DJM says, man, Etienne was open so many times he didn't get a chance to shine. He will, but you're right. Antonio Rivera, no way Minshew starts. See that interception he threw his soul into the pass and with his noodle arm. Yeah, I mean, it's complete night and day between Trevor Lawrence and Gardner Minshew. Speaking of Gardner Minshew, what not a great time to bring in Gardner Minshew here, okay? Again, we're talking about the offensive line here a little bit still. The team that knows they have problems with the offensive line, and they have protection packages. Here we're going to see we'll call it 11 personnel because this is technically a tight end, but I don't know if he's going to be blocking or not. Cleveland's showing a blitz. Look, Cleveland blitzed more. I've never seen a team blitz as much as Cleveland does in the preseason. I've never in my life. Like, what are you trying to prove, Cleveland? Like, what are you trying to get your guys in situations they'll actually play in? If this was an actual game, if this was week 1, we would have thrown screens all day long on this team, and we'd have run up the score on them with screens. We would have screened to Chanel, and every time we ran a screen, it worked. But Urban's trying to get a look at his players. He's trying to see who can block and pass protection. He's trying to see who can make catches down the field. And Cleveland's out here just blitzing every play. Like, dude, it's like preseason, dude. Relax. Like, Cleveland got no look at their back 7 because they were in man all night. I mean, come on, dude. Like, there's some coaching etiquette, bro. It's preseason. Like, we're trying to see what we have, and so are you. And you're going to blitz every freaking play? All right, so here they are. They're going to come at Minshew. I mean, they're coming at Minshew right here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and we have 5 guys blocking and a running back. Okay? Not good, right? Not good for the Jags here. Minshew has no play here. Like, Minshew has absolutely no play right here. I don't necessarily think this was bad offensive line now that I'm watching it. I just think this was a bad play call. I mean, you have nothing. You have nothing to help him here. I mean, you don't have a leaking running back. This guy maybe, but I mean, he's in pretty good position. So, yeah, unlucky. All right, this one here though is on the offensive line. So we got Trevor Lawrence back in the game, 1st and 10. Again, shotgun. And Lawrence isn't going to get Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this is the first play of the game. Okay, so we've all seen this a bunch. This was Trevor Lawrence's first. It's not technically his first pass play because that's gonna be week 1, but this is his first as a pro, I guess. And here's the problem I have with AJ Cann. Look, like, you're gonna get beat. Like, you're gonna get beat in the NFL. It's impossible to sit here and be like, no one's ever gonna get beat by a defensive tackle. That's completely fair. But, bro, you have a rookie quarterback in on his first snap. The face of the franchise. You already held him. So if they wanted to call holding, they would have called holding. But then right here, you're going to sit here with your hands up to try to not get a holding call and risk your quarterback getting his clock cleaned? It's preseason, bro. Hold the guy. Like, have some wherewithal. It's preseason. Hold the guy. Tackle him to the ground. I don't care. Get him. It's half the distance to the goal anyways. It's not even a 10-yard penalty. And you're going to risk getting our quarterback hit here? Like, dude, have some brains, bro. Like, you're going to put your hands up like that? Oh, like, ref, I wasn't holding. Hold him. Hold the guy. Sorry, I know I'm getting angry. I got to calm down here. Montana, $1, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good to see you. Robert Adsert says Minshew sucked. Steve Boston, honestly, C.J. Beathard had better game management than Minshew. John Doe says C.J. Beathard is in the clear. Back up in my eyes. Minshew ain't even on his level. Richmond Gravy Bear says, please tell me you got the clip of Trevor's first play where he got sacked. Yes, it is. Can't threw up his hands. Still, thank you. Richmond, thank you. Thank you. We're mind melding right now, Richmond. Josu, I mean, they were throwing a ton of screens on us, too. Robert Adsert, Cann needs to go or be a backup. I agree. Gavin, not Jaguars related, but I move into college tomorrow at FSU. Wish me luck. Gavin, good luck, bro. I'm so proud of you for going to college. But don't waste the opportunity. College is an amazing opportunity. It's okay to have fun, but don't freaking throw your education away with partying, all right? That's word from the wise. Steve Boston, $2.99. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. He says, Minshew is seeing ghosts. Minshew always sees ghosts, bro. I don't know why. John Doe says, Walker Little on the right. Cam, I believe, can hold his own on the side. Okay. I'm a little worried about the interior, but Robert Adsert, you noticed Cann should have helped Trevor up since he lost the rep. Again, bro, that's another thing. Like, help him up, dude. Help him up. No situational awareness. You're right, Montana. You're right. All right, so now we're gonna look at the offensive line one more time again in negative light. I apologize, guys. This is not what I like to do typically. Is bash on us, and it's week 1 of preseason, so don't take this by meaning that I think the world's ending. But what happened is like I let you guys talk me into the offensive line being fine, right? At the end of last year, I was like, offensive line needs help, and I put out top 5 players I wanted at 25. I have a video. I think 3 of them are offensive linemen, right? Like, I wanted an offensive lineman at 25 because I remember the end of the season being like, our offensive line is not good. No movement there. I know Walker Little got brought in, and he's probably going to ended up replacing some of these guys, and he's going to be better than we think. But I let you guys talk me into thinking this 5 offensive linemen were okay, and we were good going forward with these 5. And I think if there's one thing we learned from this preseason game, it's like we're not good there. Again, you don't right the ship in 1 year, but we're not good there. I hate to say it. All right, so here we're going to be 3rd and 1, okay? I'm sorry. It's actually 4th and 1. The ticker here at the bottom is wrong. If you look on the field, it's 4th and 1. This was the fourth down we went for. I love it. I love going for it on 4th down. Just a little inside zone. You guys know me. I love the inside zone, bro. I'll run the inside zone all day. But you got to block that up better. I mean, you have got to block that up better. It is 4th and 1. I love this little worked-in bubble by LaVisca. I mean, dude, who's that? Is it Ellerger or whatever his name is, the backup tight end? You got to know who you're blocking there. Like, you've got to take this DN. When this DN's coming downhill like that, you've got to get your hands on him. Like, I know he seems like the bigger threat, but Linder gets no push. Man, Jawan Taylor actually gets a decent push there. I mean, they double team him. Cann and Jawan Taylor double team a guy rather than like finding the. I mean, it's just not good. Like, those two guys got to work together better. Got to be able to pick up 4th downs, 4th and 1s. You have to. You absolutely have to. Tight ends look decent, says Josh. 1% TC says wide receivers are getting no separation. Yeah, I know. Duval, I see you. We have to throw deep in those situations. This is cover 1 and cover 0. Somebody has to win. Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more of that too. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the Browns, the way they had schemed up this game. If this were a real game week 1, we would have thrown the ball a lot deep against the cover 1, cover 0. We would have thrown a lot of screens to the flats because that was what was there. But Urban's trying to get a look, and you don't use these preseason games to win. You use them to see who your team's going to be, right? Urban's whole thing is he's keeping track of individual assignment wins and losses. So he's going to put players in a position to get individual assignment wins and losses. So, man, for sure. It was kind of frustrating seeing Cleveland blitz every freaking play. Kevin says Andrew Norwell didn't play. I'm not sure if he didn't play or did okay. And I think that'll make a difference. Yeah, he didn't play. He's a good guard, not worth the money in the beginning of his contract, but totally worth it now. Yeah, I agree with you. And I thought Ben Barch was okay. Play. Okay. I needed to start reading in advance here. Robert Adzert, starting O-line against backups for Browns is scary, or Browns are going to ball this year. Yeah, you never want to go into you don't want to go after the game thinking like maybe the Browns are going to be really good because that means your team got ragdolled. If Trevor keeps that, he gets 10 yards at least. And you will see a lot of Trevor. Let's look at that again. I didn't even notice that. Good call. Good call, Josh. Let's take a look at this. See, if he runs a little zone read here, you're right. That's 10 yards. And you'll see that during the regular season. I mean, how many zone reads did Trevor keep at Clemson? I mean, last year when his whole team was hurt besides ETN, he ran the ball so much in these situations. Good call there. Great call. I like that. Steve Boston, $5 donation. Steve, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. He says, I didn't say the O-line was good. I mentioned that several times to you and UCF. Total overhaul needs to happen next year. Yeah, I agree. And Steve, maybe I wasn't talking about you. I was just talking about like the fans in general in our live shows that would always tell me that the O-line was good and that the 5 we have are fine. They're not. CJ DSO, UCF showed Minshew no love. How could you hate the stash? I don't know, man. UCF's got something against Minshew. I don't know what it is. I am personally rooting for Minshew, not for this team, but I would love for him to go somewhere and be good. I mean, the guy gave us pure entertainment the last 2 years, you know. I show him love. John Doe says, Carlos Hyde makes business decisions in pass pro. He got to go. I love the all caps there, John. I love it. It really gave it some oomph. Jalen Camp ain't it. All right, he's a project. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. 1% says Cisco's a starter. John Doe says Minshew's junior varsity. Well, some team's going to pick him up. That's for sure. All right, I think we saw all of these. Did we see this one? Let's make sure. Yes, we did. All right, so moving on to the defense. Not bad. I thought they did well against the run, right? I mean, that was a big issue for this team last year was run defense. Obviously, we got ragdolled. People were running through us. But what I did like is some of this like schematic things that happened here, right? So on this is 3rd and 4, right? And 3rd and 4 is a good benchmark of what your team's going to want to do, right? Because 3rd and 4, the playbook's pretty open for the other team. You could be in base, you could be in nickel, depending on what you want to do. I like what's happening here. I love Rayshon Jenkins in 2. That's just, that's sexy right there. So, look, I mean, the Jags you're going to see here lined up pre-snap showing blitz, right? So, when the quarterbacks, I think this is Keenum, right, at this point. So, when Keenum's about to snap the ball, he sees one high safety. It looks like man across the board here. He probably thinks he's getting pressure, like, right off the gun. And look, I mean, Cleveland blitzed all game. Why not the Jags, right? So Jags show blitz here. They got man coverage here, and then the Jags are going to bail. And they're going to roll into a cover 2. Well, maybe not a cover 2. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know. But, I mean, Rayshon rolls to the – okay, so maybe they roll Rayshon from the line of scrimmage to deep middle of the field. I love it, right? Look, I mean, pre-snap, he's 4 yards from the line of scrimmage. bails, flip. Look at this. Look at how he flips his hips. I'm a DB guy, okay? Watch the way he swivels his hips pre-snap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And look, he makes the catch. But the pre-snap disguise is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Give me more of this, Joe Cullen. Give me more. I mean, look where they bring the blitz from. I mean, they're bringing the blitz from the nickel. Oh, yeah. Give me more of that. That's just a good throw and good catch. Nothing to do about that. Not your fault, Shaq. Right? All right. Obviously, got to show our boy CJ. We just had a whole video about CJ Henderson. Right? So, they're going to line him up basically. I'm not sure what they're in, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell. It looked like a cover 2, but then he kind of bailed with his receiver. Maybe because he released outside. Ooh, look at that jam. 2-hand jam by CJ. Wham! Woohoo! That's how you knock someone off their line right there, boys. Yes, sir. He's going to stay on him. Looks back at the perfect time. Oh, dude, you can't teach that. Like, you can't teach that. All you CJ Henderson haters out there that wanted to ship him off to the moon last week, bro, you can't teach this right here. This is why he went 9 overall, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You ain't getting separation there. Not on me, buddy. Not on 3rd down, 3rd and 7. I don't know what the safety's doing. The safety takes a horrible angle. CJ saved a touchdown. like this is the horrible angle by this safety here. Yeah. Not bad, though. I'll take that all day. All right, I'm going to try to get caught up here on some of the comments here. Bruce Wayne. What's up, Bruce? He says, I'm seeing a lot of our own fans mock Minshew. We can build Trevor up without tearing down a guy who gave his all and never complained. Bruce, are you trying to tell me that it's possible to make someone else feel better without tearing someone down? I don't know about that, Bruce. Kevin, how do you feel about Damian Wilson? Kevin, I didn't necessarily think he played great yesterday. Not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying that he won't fit this defense. I don't think he played great. I thought he looked slow. I thought he looked kind of lost at times. I thought he was brought in to be like a thumper and kind of come downhill against the run, and I never really saw him do that. I thought the Browns kind of picked on him, making him play in space. I thought Schobert would have been okay there, but I understand the cap casualty and all that stuff. And I'm not necessarily saying that Damian Wilson's going to be a bad player. I just didn't think he played great yesterday. Duval, I see you, says the Campbell play in the back of the end zone. I don't have that one. I'm not showing that. That hurt. Josh, linebackers seem to be weak link on defense. Yes, they did. I don't think Miles Jack played necessarily great. We don't have a lot of depth there. I don't. That Joe Schobert trade kind of confused me a little bit, but we'll see. Bradley Williams. So is CJ Hendo here to stay? Heck yeah, Brad. He's here to stay. John Doe. Campbell and Henderson can be a good tandem once Campbell learns to find the ball. He nice, though. He is really athletic. You can't teach athleticism. That's the bottom line. 1% says, nah, we can use that Schobert money somewhere else. Okay. And that's probably what they're doing. YDoc 5000. Yo, I just got here. What's up, YDoc? Dude, you're always late, YDoc, bro. I bet you were the person in school that was always in detention for tardies because you just couldn't show up on time. Monty Adams. They were getting us with the screen passes. Again, another little cheese play, bro. Like, I know Urban talked about how the team didn't react to screen passes like they should have, and like I think his exact words is they looked like they'd never seen a screen pass before. But bro, Cleveland was just cheesing us all game, bro. Screen passes, blitzing, like it's preseason, dude. Like, figure out what you have. Like, maybe they already know what they have. Maybe that's why. YDoc 5000 says, did you talk about us having way more starters on the field than they did? I don't know. Maybe that's why they played that cheese football, because they didn't have any starters out there. I mean, that's a good point. John Doe. Gardner has no arm talent, by the way. Tebow can get open. Can get open? Okay. All right. Let's look at another good play by the defense. All right. So we did talk about how the run defense is like improved, right? So here, the Cleveland's going to kind of tip their hand. I mean, they got a tight end and they got a tight end offset. They have a fullback in the game. I mean, this is 1990s football right here, right? This is just power football right here. And the Jags aren't going to like blitz. Like this is Jacksonville just filling their gaps, stuffing the run. They walk the safety down here, which I appreciate, right? And then they're just going to come downhill and they're just going to play great on the ball. I mean, Doug Costin makes a good. I mean, Doug Costin. I know I've always given kind of crap to Doug Costin, and it's probably not fair, but there's one thing Doug Costin can do, and I've always thought about this about Doug Costin, is he can actually move down the line of scrimmage really well. All right, you teach him to keep an outside shoulder free. The offensive line wants to try to get him going the other direction, seal him off, and there's no sealing off Doug Costin. There's no sealing off big boy right here. He's coming down, or Adam Gotsis. I'm sorry, I'm calling him Doug Costin. Adam Gotsis, right? Adam Gotsis. There's no sealing off Gotsis. He's coming down. Great play here. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at Smoot even making a play here. Like Smoot just comes down and just eats this block. I mean, that's what you want to do if you are Dwan Smoot. I mean, he turns the ball back inside. I mean, if he doesn't do that, this play's going outside, and there's a chance that this picks up some decent yards here. Like, Dwan Smoot made this play right here by smashing into the fullback and turning him back the other direction. Great job, Smoot. Great job, Gotsis. Linebackers even come downhill, make a good play here. Look, I'll take that. I will take that 10 times out of 10. Now, I mean, if Chubb's in the game, is it different? Maybe. I don't know. All right, so here's one that maybe not. Oh, this is the backside run stuff. Sorry, guys. I put this together really quickly. I know this is coming across as unprofessional. Here's a secret. I am not a professional, so it makes sense. Okay, so here we're going to see a little backside run defense here. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see there. And look, again, not a blitz. Not a blitz. This is your 3 linemen right here. You got your edge linebacker here. 2nd and 3. I mean, the Jags are playing pretty far off the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're trusting this front 4 to be effective. It looks like the play was designed to hit on the outside, and then the running back decided to take it back inside, which the coach will probably get on him for. But, look, I mean, great defense here. I mean, they're not letting them get any push. And then you look at all these teal shirts around the ball, baby. We didn't see that one time last year. Not one time. Not one time. All right. John Doe says, Juwana, man. Steve Boston. Did you Patrick's one-handed sack? Just yanked him down like nothing. I didn't do that. Honestly, I was a little concerned that I was going to get flagged by YouTube, and I haven't been. So good news for next time. Honestly, I didn't want to get too caught up in this game. I don't think there's a lot to learn from this game, to be honest. I think you can take little things here and there, but I don't necessarily think that you're going to learn a lot about this team off this game. Lawrence looked good. The O-line looked bad. The D-line looked good. The secondary looked good. Linebackers looked okay. Wydock asks, what adjustments can we make to stop screen passes for going for first downs? Well, what you have to do to stop screen passes is you have to have D linemen that can recognize screens quickly, or you have to just have very athletic linebackers, or you have to have corners and safeties that can defeat blocks. Those are literally the things that you have to do to stop a screen. Didn't do much of those. Again, though, screens are one of those plays that you kind of get used to seeing after you play it a little bit, and it's the first game of the year, and they're all gung-ho about trying to get sacks and getting tackles for losses and trying to earn a roster spot, so you're not thinking things like, oh, I got through the line of scrimmage too easily. I need to turn around and stop the screen. So it's hard. 1% says, what's up with Chason? He can't get around the edge. I don't think Chason played a good game at all. Probably a guy that I'm pretty concerned with. I liked what I saw out of Jordan Smith, besides vomiting on the field. But, yeah, Chason, I don't know, man. And it's not like he doesn't know the game now. And it's not like he hasn't had a year. He does look a little bigger. He looks a little meatier. But I don't know. I am concerned about him. Again, I know I just said, you can't get caught up on this game. But I would have liked to see a little bit more out of Chason for sure. All right, so this play is not going to be a good play. So let's just hold it here for a second. Robert Adsert. Campbell will take Trey's job in nickel. CJ and Griffin as cornerback. Cisco, so DB room is good. Linebackers are our weak point. Yeah, I mean, if we can stay healthy in the secondary, I think we're okay. Chason and ETN trade for Jalen Ramsey is looking very suspect. I think ETN will be a good player. Chason, I'm not too sure about. First 5 cuts, ? Question mark. Wingard got his bell rung, so bye. Man, first 5 cuts. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of players on this team that are not going to make it. So I would say maybe the 5 that might surprise people the most. I don't know. It's going to be hard to tell for one game. I don't think Tebow looks great. Unless he shows something, I don't think he makes the team. Colin Johnson didn't look great. I don't know about him making the team. There's just a lot. I mean, Wingard, you're right. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just guessing here. Duval, I see you, says the screen was Jan. And Steve, thanks for the $3, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. The screen was Jan's kryptonite. Yeah, Jan had a lot of kryptonite. Sewn Down with a $2 donation. Thank you, Sewn. Snowdown. He says Shaq and Rayshawn looked like great additions. I was a little concerned early with Shaq. I don't necessarily think he played that slant great on that first drive. But again, it's the first game of the year. It's in a new defense. A lot of this defense is going to be behind the offense. And I know you don't typically say that, but this defense is going to be with the change in the defensive scheme to the 3-4. I mean, that 3-3-5 can be kind of funky for some people. Switching to that nickel instead of that just traditional 4-2-5 nickel. It can be funky because the way that you're stacked, the 3 D linemen with the 3 linebackers with your nickel and what side of the field with the strength and the weak side. Give it some time. Give the defense some time. It's hard to know what's going to happen there. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate it, Snow. Christian Charles. What's up, Christian? He says, to be fair, Jags were never going to win the Ramsey trade. Okay. John Doe. Gardner just trying to build his fan base, his floor, his ceiling. I'm talking about Gardner a lot tonight. Josh says, Urban was pissed at Wingard for the opening penalty, even called him out in the press conference. Yeah, I mean, Urban's a no-nonsense guy. I mean, he's probably called out a lot of people for sure. DJM, can you give us a percentage of whose fault was this loss between players and the coaches? 99% on the players, 1% on the coaches, for sure. I'm the last person to blame coaches, but that's just how I always am. The team is still young. The team still needs a lot of work in a lot of areas. Urban's not going to open up his playbook in preseason week 1, right? I mean, we didn't even see a Tebow jump pass. So, I mean, come on. We didn't see the full playbook. I'm just kidding. But seriously, like someone pointed out in the chat, beautiful, beautiful point. In the regular season, you're going to see Trevor Lawrence running the ball a lot. I mean, he's probably one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the league. He's not going to run the ball in preseason. You can't risk him getting hurt. So, I expect that to open up a little bit. RPOs, we saw like a couple of RPOs, but not a lot. I think that'll be a staple of what Urban likes to do. So if you want to blame the coaches for not opening up the playbook, then we could put more blame on them for that. But, I mean, this is just smash mouth football. They're blitzing. They're throwing screens. We got to stop it, and we didn't. It's okay. It's okay. Ron Budry says, yeah, that holding penalty on the kickoff was amateur hour. Yeah, I mean, someone, like one of the first comments was talking about how our special teams is going to be good this year. Yeah, I mean, we got some ballers on the special teams for sure. Snowdown says, I agree. We looked like high schoolers against the screen, LOL. But, hey, C.J. Henderson looks awesome and had some good pass breakups. I think C.J. Henderson, if there's one thing we know about C.J. Henderson, it's the first game of the year he's going to play well, right? All right, so this play is actually my last one. If you can see my tag here in the corner, it says Jags bad D. So you know something not good is coming here, right? So Cleveland's going to be lined up again in their heavy package. Look, I'm glad we don't run this crap anymore, but, hey, we got to learn to defend it. So, I mean, they are just 10 guys in the box, one guy out there by himself. 3rd and 2, you got to be able to see stuff like this happening. Like, look, guys. I know it's beginning of the year, and I know that they thought they were going to run, and I know it's play action, and I know they're tendency heavy on running the ball. But please watch this tight end right here. Like, if this is Baker Mayfield, this is a touchdown. This is a touchdown. There's no doubt about it. This is an absolute touchdown on our defense if Baker Mayfield's playing quarterback. This guy was locked in on where he wanted to go with the ball, throws it out to the fullback, and we still can't tackle the fullback. Like, if Urban's grading this play, it is an F. It is an absolute bomb of an F. Whoever's going to FSU, don't do this in your classes, okay? You cannot let a tight end release like this. I mean, that is high school football. You've got to read your keys. You cannot let a fullback leak out of the backfield like this. This is what I was talking about with the lack of speed at linebacker. You can't let a fullback beat you to the edge there. Not a good tackle there. Not a good tackle there. I mean, he got him down, but, not good, boys. Not good. And I hate ending with that. I mean, that's my last clip, but, I mean, we got to be better than that. Like, we cannot let homeboy be wide open right here for sure. I want to get to some more of your comments, though. Snowdown says, excited for Trevor, RPOs. Would love to see more of Treadwell catch from training camp. Yeah, I think that's a guy you're going to see more from is Treadwell as the preseason goes on for sure. Robert Atwood says, Clay Brooks surprised me. We need him to run a sweep on offense. Yeah, Clay Brooks freaking is fast, man. That kick return was disgusting. I mean, that dude is quick for sure. I mean, that's why we picked him up was because of his speed. I don't necessarily think it was because of his coverage skills. DJM, hey, to be honest, this game, I looked like everyone's game from last year. If this is our floor, I can't wait to see our ceiling. That's a very optimistic way to look at it, DJM, son. Mordecai Bautuya says, LMAO, the most athletic quarterback in the I said he's one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the league. Obviously, Kyler Murray is more athletic. Lamar Jackson is more athletic. I mean, obviously. But I will say that Trevor Lawrence is extremely underrated when it comes to athleticism. And if you watch his film from last year at Clemson, he ran the ball so much. I mean, this dude was running. I mean, think back to the game, the bowl game that they lost to Ohio State. The dude ran the ball more than Justin Fields did. He's sneaky fast. He's long. He's got a long stride. He doesn't go down easily. He's smart. He knows when to run. He knows where to run. He's going to surprise you in his athleticism. And it's 40. I don't know his 40 time, but I don't care. Ethan Pettit, whose man was that? So I'm guessing this guy, but it's hard to know because in defense, a lot of times if you've ever played defense on blown assignments, usually the guy closest or that realizes it's a blown assignment, it wasn't his guy. So it's hard to know for sure. Jeremy Price says, I saw that live. I was freaking out. It's a good thing the quarterback stinks, though. How did CJ not recognize everyone was blitzing? Oh, no. Shay J, who's going to start at cornerback and safety positions for the Jags week 1? Man, I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward that you're going to have Shaq Griffin, CJ Henderson, and then some variation of Tyson Campbell if he's ready, and Trey Herndon at nickel. I don't know who's going to be ready there. At safety, I mean, obviously Rayshon Jenkins. I thought he played a great game. I mean, I don't need to see him anymore in the preseason. I'd like to actually get other people in there, to be honest. I know what I have in Rayshon. Great player. I mean, maybe for some cohesiveness, get him out there. But overall, for sure. The other safety position is going to be tough. I know a lot of people want Andre Sisco to start. And I think he could by the end of the year, but I think they'll start the season. Was it Josh Johnson they started the game with, and then Gerard Wilson. I mean, I think those are going to be your guys that you are going to see at the beginning of the year, some variation of those two guys, which I'm okay with that, to be honest. CJ DSO says Doug Costin is better than Dante Fowler. I don't know, maybe. Binu at the $10 donate. Binu, bro, thank you, man. $10. He says, great breakdowns. I'm going to rewatch it. Thank you, Binu. I appreciate it. And, YouTube didn't flag us. I'm not going to be able to monetize this video, which is fine because I don't do it for the money. But I do like I get the donations and the super chats. So thank you, Binu. I appreciate that. I love it. Thank you. Jeremy Price says, I still feel hopeful for this team. Somehow the past won't convince. They'll let me down again. I think if we're being realistic, I don't think this year is our year to pop off. I think next year, the year after, this is a building year. I said this earlier. In 3 to 4 years, when Urban's coaching this team, there's not going to be a lot of these players on the roster. The guys he drafted this year, maybe a couple of the free agents he picked up this year, but he's going to get his roster. Dude, I'll never forget. The first thing he said, in a press conference, he talked about the Bosa brothers. That dude was planting the seed early to get the Bosa brothers here. Mark it. Someone mark this, and so that you know when both the Bosa brothers are here, it was because Urban is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And in his first press conference, he says, "I want to get players like the Bosas." Jeremy Price says, "I still feel hopeful for this team." Already read that one. Daryl Beeman says, "I believe Trevor was instructed not to run the ball under any circumstances last night." Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it looked like it. I mean, the dude was pretty poised in the pocket, and he kind of had a sense of like where the pressure was coming from. Unlike Minshew, who was just kind of like, ping ponging back there, and what was it that UCF Jaguar talks about pinballing back there. Antonio Rivera says, "I'm hoping 6 to 7 wins." Yeah, me too, Antonio. Azra says 8 to 9 wins this year would be good. 8's a plus. Yeah, I mean, I think 8 wins is realistic. I think there's no reason why this team can't win 8 wins. I mean, if the defense will get better. The defense will adjust for sure. It's just got to be, everyone else that gets there. All right, guys. Well, look, I appreciate you guys being here. Like, this is fun. Not a lot really to go off of in this preseason game. Like, you can't really get overly excited or overly, depressed about this game. Like, the future is good. We have some solid pieces here. I love ETN. I love his potential to play receiver. I'd like to see him get more carries. I think as he gets more carries, we'll start to see what he can do in the backfield. I liked Carlos Hyde getting some carries, but James Robinson's a stud. We have Trevor Lawrence, man. I mean, the guy looks like a quarterback. We haven't had a guy look like a quarterback ever. I mean, Brunell even didn't look like he was kind of short. He was left-handed, improvisational. Love Brunell to death, but Trevor Lawrence is like the first guy that legit is like looks like a quarterback. So I'm pumped about it. I think it's going to be good. Excited for this year. Thank you you guys for watching, bro. Binu, thank you for the $10 donation, bro. I appreciate that. Snowdown, Steve Boston, thank you as always for the donations. You guys are awesome. Montana with the $1 donation and doing there. Josu Rivera for the $5, man. Thank you. Jesus is King. Can't forget you. Thank you guys. Look, you guys humble me by super chat donations, all that stuff. I appreciate it. Go follow the Twitter. Go follow the Instagram. I'll post on Instagram one of these days, I swear. Tell your friends that are Jags fans that we do live shows. Live shows are fun. Get in here. Tell us what you think. I try to read every comment that I can. But look, this channel is all about you guys, and I'm all about the Jags for sure. So thank you for watching. I'll have another live show this week sometime. Talking about the next preseason game, what we're looking for. Can't wait for it, man. Can't wait for this season. Can't wait for what we get to see this year. Love you guys. Thanks for everything as always.